Did you know that not all Vikings were the fearsome, axe-wielding warriors we often imagine? You might be surprised to learn that our historical perception of Vikings has been largely influenced by popular culture. In reality, the Viking society was a complex tapestry of roles and responsibilities. Some Vikings were traders, others were farmers, and some were craftsmen, each contributing to the rich and multifaceted culture that stretched across the Northern Hemisphere. Delving deeper into Viking society, we can see that it was far more complex and diverse than generally acknowledged. Beyond the well-known warriors, there were also skilled seafarers who navigated the Scandinavian waters with their technologically advanced longboats. These boats, capable of both oceanic and riverine navigation, allowed the Vikings to engage in widespread trade and exploration. Moreover, the Viking world was not just dominated by men, as Viking women also played a crucial role. Women were responsible for managing the household, weaving, and even had some rights that were rather progressive for that era. They were respected in their society and held an essential role in the spiritual and everyday life of the Viking world. In the Viking society, there were also poets, lawmakers, and chieftains, each contributing to the community's vibrancy. The poets, known as skalds, composed and recited heroic sagas, while the lawmakers, known as law speakers, maintained order and justice within the Viking community. The chieftains, who were often the most respected and influential members of their society, led their people in times of conflict and peace. First, we have the raidsmen, or warriors. These Vikings are the ones who have left a bold imprint on our collective memory. With their long ships and fierce demeanor, they navigated treacherous seas and raided coastal areas throughout Europe, instilling fear and respect in equal measure. But not all Vikings were warriors. Some were entrepreneurs of their time, engaging in activities such as trading and merchandising. These Viking traders were resourceful, using their skills not just to survive, but to thrive. They were versatile, adaptable, and able to seize opportunities where others saw only obstacles. Their courage was not only exhibited on the battlefield, but also in their business ventures. In the Viking society, traders and merchants played an important role. They were not just peddlers of goods, but builders of economic bridges. They established extensive trade routes, stretching across vast seas and continents, reaching remote markets and distant shores. Their bravery in venturing into unknown territories led them as far as the Mediterranean, revealing the adventurous spirit of these Norse seafarers. Their trading prowess was undeniable. It allowed them to amass wealth, power, and influence that was unrivaled in their time. Trading was not just an economic activity for them, but a social one too. It was through trading that they made connections, forged alliances, and built relationships. They exchanged a variety of goods like amber, a precious material used in jewelry, furs that were in high demand in colder regions, and tragically, even slaves. The trade of slaves was a dark aspect of the Viking trade. It was a glaring reminder of the time's harsh realities, where human lives were commodified and traded like any other goods. Their trading prowess allowed them to amass wealth and influence, exchanging goods like amber, furs, and even slaves. Then there were the farmers and settlers. These industrious individuals were the foundation, the sturdy backbone of Viking society, serving as the essential providers and maintainers of the life-giving sustenance and resources that the community relied upon for survival. They were the cultivators, the carers of the earth, devoting their lives to the tending and nurturing of the lands that served as their homes and their lifelines. When their fellow Vikings went off to explore and conquer, these steadfast farmers and settlers stayed behind, working tirelessly on their fields and pastures, ensuring the continual flow of food and materials that supported their communities and fueled their expeditions. The importance of their role didn't diminish when Vikings to expand their territories, settling in new, often harsh and demanding environments such as the icy landscapes of Iceland and the rugged terrains of Greenland. On the contrary, it was in these challenging conditions that their skills and knowledge proved most invaluable. They brought their farming traditions with them, demonstrating their adaptability by modifying their techniques and practices to suit the new surroundings. They tilled the soil, planted crops, and raised livestock, gradually transforming the wilderness into arable lands. They persevered in the face of adversity, using their deep-seated farming wisdom to cultivate the land, thereby setting the foundation for the establishment of thriving communities in these new territories. When Vikings settled in new territories such as Iceland and Greenland, they brought their farming traditions with them, cultivating the land and establishing thriving communities. And let's not forget the explorers. Pioneers like Leif Erikson, a figure who has woven himself into the very fabric of our history, continue to be celebrated as embodiments of the Vikings' intrepid spirit of adventure and discovery. It's no trivial thing to traverse the unknown, to chart the uncharted, and to navigate the seemingly infinite expanse of the sea. Erikson, a man whose name is etched into the annals of exploration, is believed to have made the arduous journey all the way to North America, long before Columbus even set sail. Erikson's achievement cannot be overstated. When we think of explorers, we think of those who dared to go where no one had been before. We think of the fearless souls who took the first steps on unfamiliar shores, who gazed upon landscapes never before seen by human eyes. These are the people who have shaped the world as we know it, and Erikson is among their ranks. The Vikings, a seafaring people known for their perseverance, bravery, and unrivaled maritime skills, saw in Erikson a leader and a visionary. His exploration pursuits far beyond the confines of Europe, a feat that is truly remarkable. Erikson and his fellow Vikings braved the treacherous oceans, facing unknown dangers and overcoming unimaginable obstacles. Their exploits, their courage, and their relentless pursuit of discovery are things we still marvel at to this day. Their legacy is not just one of exploration, but of innovation as well. The Vikings' navigational techniques, their shipbuilding expertise, and their understanding of the seas have all contributed to the mapping of the world as we know it today. These pioneers challenged the boundaries of the known world, forever changing the course of human history. Craftsmen and artisans were also an integral part of the Viking society. They crafted exquisite items such as weapons, jewelry, and textiles, demonstrating their skill and artistic flair. Their craftsmanship was a blend of functionality and aesthetic appeal, reflecting the rich cultural fabric of the Viking society. Political leaders, including kings and local chieftains, were the glue that held the Viking society together. They organized expeditions, settled disputes, and maintained order, ensuring the smooth functioning of their communities. The Viking society also had shamans and priests who played a significant role in the spiritual life of the community. They conducted religious ceremonies and sacrifices, providing a spiritual compass for their people. Women in Viking society, while perhaps less prominent than in other cultures, were nonetheless essential. They managed households, worked the farms, and in some instances even participated in trade and exploration. Even slavery found a place in Viking society, with slaves performing various tasks from manual labor to household chores. These individuals were typically captured during warfare or acquired through trade. Lastly, we have the Varangian Guard, an elite group of Viking warriors who served as bodyguards to the Byzantine emperors. Their loyalty and combat skills were legendary, earning them a special place in the annals of history. In conclusion, the term Viking encompasses a diverse range of individuals, each playing their part in a complex and multifaceted society. From warriors to traders, farmers to explorers, leaders to artisans, the Viking society was a vibrant tapestry of roles and responsibilities. It's time to look beyond the stereotypical image of the Viking raider and appreciate the rich cultural and societal structure of the Viking world.